What's up, guys? Today we will be speaking about the other side of things. That is sell-side liquidity. Okay, so it's going to be the same thing, but in the opposite direction. So I don't think you guys would need any chart examples for this, right? So I would say no examples, just pure conceptual discussion, and then we can be done with this video. All right. Okay. So what can we or what do we know about sell side liquidity, right? So we have low resistance sell side like this. We have high resistance sell side like this. Right. That is all. So if we apply the same idea behind relative equal highs and if we apply the same idea of not selling below relative equal highs to relative equal lows, what can we conclude from that? We can conclude that we are not supposed to be buying above relative equal lows, right? Unless, of course, there is SMT over here, which obviously means that what? These lows are protected, okay? Then, of course, we can do this, buy over here, mitigation block, and go all the way up, okay? That's one aspect of things. What about the next one? High resistance liquidity pool. Okay. What about that? So when it comes to high resistance liquidity pools, all we know is that okay, we come back down here, we are definitely guaranteed a buy. We go there, right? And so we understand in some way, shape, or form that okay, this low is protected. Why? Because it's high resistance in nature, right? We made a stop hunt and then we broke up, indicating that there is someone or an entity or a bank that wants to keep this low protected. And how do and what's the signature in price action that tells us this? That okay, everything that everyone is teaching. Okay, and it's basically the same damn thing. All right. So what makes what I do different? I understand the algorithmic steps behind when this will get taken and when this will get taken. Okay, I understand all that. But anyways, it's not about my understanding, it's about sell-side liquidity today. All right. All right. So now we understand sell-side liquidity that it has these two forms. Okay. Now, what happens when price breaks low resistance sell-side liquidity? That's the question. Right? What happens when price breaks low resistance sell-side liquidity? All right. What can we see? We can see this. So let's say that we have some low resistance here. We go up, we break, and then we break down here. Right. So now we break down and we take out low resistance sell side liquidity right over here. Right. So upon taking sell side liquidity from in that form, right, what can we expect? We can expect, right, price to retrace into the 50% mark of the broken range. Here. All right. So it's going to line up with your what? ICT breaker block with imbalance. Okay, it's going to line up with ICT's breaker block plus an imbalance. All right. Now, what about if price takes out a high resistance liquidity, something like this? Ooh, interesting, right? So if price does take out a low like this, what are we going to see price do? We are going to see price retrace into the 75. I'm not going to get into numbers because that's my mentorship only, right? So it's going to get into the deepest portion of the range. So if we take into account the PD array matrix, right, we know that there's the mitigation block, breaker block, liquidity void, fair value gap. Why am I mixing the two up? I don't know. Then we have, pardon me, we have what? We have the order block, the rejection block, and then of course old highs and old lows, right? So if a low resistance break in market structure, right, means that we are most likely going to get a mitigation block or a breaker block entry, then a high resistance rate or break in market structure is going to mean what? We're going to go deeper into the PDRA matrix. What's that? Fair value gap, order block, rejection block, anything of that sort to go back down. Okay, anything of that sort to go back down. So that's an entry model. Okay, so that is an entry model in and of itself. Do with it what you want. All right. So to summarize things, quite a short video, like I said, right? We have low resistance liquidity here by ICT. We have high resistance liquidity here by ICT. And what's the difference between the two? This over here, there's a large pocket of easy to run stops. Meaning there's literally no one over there that wants to keep their position protected, or maybe they can't keep their position protected unless, of course, there's someone big behind the move. If there's an SMT formation, right? Then we have a high resistance liquidity pool, whereby you have someone definitely is interested in keeping their positions open. Therefore, they keep this level protected and price is going to run away from it, right? So using these two ideas, we can come to a conclusion as to why when we take our low resistance, price goes just around the equilibrium point of the range. And if price takes out a high resistance liquidity pool, we can understand or we can come to a conclusion as to why price goes deeper into the extremities of the range, right? So in this case, somewhere over here. Okay, why is that? Because see, we have the stop hunt here, right? And whoever wanted to sell over here, they sold over here, or maybe a collection of entities sold over here, right? So if they sold over there, and if over here, majority of their positions are neutralized, because why? Remember, stop hunted levels are filled with large fund orders or large volumes of orders, right? So whether these guys want to do it or not, unfortunately, their positions over here are being liquidated, equivalent to the volume of orders that are here, right? Equivalent to the volume of counterparty orders that are below this low, right? So once their positions are neutralized, the people over here, what do they want to do? They want to recapitalize on the levels that they sold from and sell again. And that's how you see all these massive ass displacements down. Okay, now you can apply the same thing to the other side for what? For what we discussed in the last video, which is the buy side of things. All right, so this is the sell side of things, and this, my friends, is how you can get a sell easily. So now you know when your equilibrium entries are going to work, and now you know when your premium entries are going to work, right? Extreme entries or whatever you want to call it. All right. So with that, I guess that's pretty much it, right? I know you guys get the point. So the next video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be covering as to how you can use these ideas of low resistance liquidity, right, with one of my own little validations for low resistance liquidity. Okay, it's going to be fun. All right. So yeah, if anything, you know where to find me: Instagram, Telegram, right? And what else? Join my Telegram group, my Telegram journal group, and like, comment, and subscribe if you like this video. And yeah, let me know if there's anything I can do to improve. And also, don't be afraid to give me opinions with regard to what you want me to do next, right? Because I'm nearing the end of the series that I want to be doing on YouTube. So if you guys have any video ideas for me to do with regard to trading to answer some of your questions, let me know. All right, guys. So with that, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.